Ntungwa twalikoka mutalo tesu ita Zambia namamone mwina Zambia weshitishitalo gawamono wani aisano lukiyo wenge mikokola museveni we mwene watalo mama Ntungwa Ugwa Zambia Natusunge Ichalo Jesu We uteko we wine we mwene watalo Bantunga washitishetalo uke maisha bantu Kashimone uchenjele Ulia baba musa Vale fayo Kona ula Ichalo Jesu mama Alamune Ugo sefie Chikyala lwani Utalo Jesu Chua
Good morning, and welcome to this very special story time. Thank you so much for joining us today on this lovely Tuesday morning, wherever you are today. Yes, it is the 24th of October, and it is a very special day for me, and I know for many other Zambians as well out there. And I think too, just many countries that Zambia played a part, in whose liberation struggle Zambia played a part. I think everybody should be celebrating right now, and also for the beacon of peace and an shining example of just living in harmony of what Zambia is. So I hope that we get to learn a little bit more about this beautiful country tucked away in Southern Africa. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I am so glad that we're here together. And yes, it is Zambia's Independence Day today. Zambia got independence in 1964, October 24th, 1964. And lucky that, I was born much later after that, but still able to enjoy, a country that was built on the foundations of all those freedom fighters, people who lost their lives so that we could live and enjoy as later generations. So a big thank you indeed to everybody that took part, and thinking of you especially today, and also thinking of all the Zambians that are carrying on, that living in peace, living in harmony, and of course living joyfully as well. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And the music that we started off today with is from Keith Mulevu, and it is just a song about independence, getting the freedom and maintaining, doing everything that's right to maintain everything that you fought for. So thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime, and you'll be hearing more about that coming on Storytime. And this week too, we have special books that we've specifically picked for particular topics that they highlight, and that is, just highlighting that that Zambian spirit. And I know that it's topics picked from books picked from authors from here and just everywhere, but I think they still deliver that important message. Like, for example, yesterday we're reading Because of an Acorn, the Forest, and it just builds into that, like, the youth are the heart of Zambia, and yes, we need to nurture our little ones so indeed they can carry on doing amazing things. So thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime, and I hope that you're ready for all that's to come this week. Thank you indeed. And this one is particularly special, wishing every Zambian, and President HH, Vice President Ntale Nalumango, wishing every Zambian a happy independence anniversary. Zambia is 59 today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and glad that we're here together. And let us see this morning who is with us, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. And of course, we do have a wonderful story today coming to us from Mbonabi Thomas, illustrated by Cherise Harris. This one is called Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark. And yes, this one is set in Zambia, one of Zambia's jewels, indeed, the Luangwa Valley. If you ever down there, be sure to visit that. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning to you, Kathy. How are you doing today out in Ohio? Say good morning, Arian, Grammy, via the computer and phone. Well, we're glad you're here. However you get here to Storytime, thank you for making the time. Thank you for making the effort to be here and join us on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us. And on this very special day, yes, October 24th, Zambia's Independence Day anniversary, 59th today. Zambia is 59 today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Good morning to you one more time, Ari and Kathy. Thank you for being here out there in Ohio and Kentucky. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? April, good to see you out there in Orange County, and you joining in with April and Lindley. Well, good to see you here. Alicia is still sleeping, so we'll try and whisper. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Glad you're here, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope that you're ready for our story for today. Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark, written by Mbonabi Thomas, a Zambian living out in Barbados, and a good friend of Storytime right here, and illustrated by Cherise Harris, of course, to one of the greats in the game, right? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. One more time, good morning to you, April, Lindley, Alicia, sending you love. Jemison, how are you doing out there in Orange County? Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Good morning to you, Pamela, Courtney, Chad, Auntie Anne. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Yes, the Courtney family. Thank you so much for being here. Hugs to you. I am always happy to see you here and glad we're here together on Storytime. And you say lots of wishes. Wishing you and all a happy Independence Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, and that message will definitely be sent out to all the peace-loving Zambians out there. And yeah, just feeling happy today, feeling very proud. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Thank you, Pamela, Courtney, and everybody there with you, Chad. Thank you so much, Auntie Anne. Thank you, joining us out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Chimunyangandu, how are you doing? Good to see you here, bro, out in Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Independence Day to you. I hope that you're enjoying the day off. I hope that you're enjoying the celebrations. I know that national TV in Zambia today carries, there's a parade, there's all kinds of things that happen. So I hope that you're enjoying that. I hope that you've enjoyed the family time at home today. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Chimunyangandu joining us out in Zambia. And of course, thank you so much to everybody else that is joining in with you in Chimunya. I hope that you say hi to them as well. Well, I have a small lesson for everybody here today. Let us see if we can, how we do with these names. So Zambia's president is called, well, I'll let you, let's try and see if you can pronounce this one. Practice. Let's see if you can get this one. Oh no, this one, let's go to this one first. We'll come back to that one. So the president is Hakainde Hichilema. Let's see if you can get it. Try it out at home. And the vice president is Ntale Nalumango. Thank you so much for joining in. Try those. And yeah, always proud too. And the vice president, it's two vice presidents in a row now that we've had that have been female, and we're looking forward to that first female president in Zambia. Cannot wait. But right now we have Mr. Hakainde Hichilema and of course her ladyship Mutale Nalumango as vice president. So try pronouncing those names and see how you do. Thank you so much for joining in. And then today too, I thought I should share this one. It's a saying, a proverb from the southern part of Zambia, where that's where my mom is from. It is the Tonga tribe that you find down there in the south, and it says "Muzima uliambirira nguligwa." And this has deeper meaning, but the basic translation would be the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? But the deeper meaning would be that Muzima uliambirira nguligwa is when people have passed, it is only believed that the spirits, the spirits of the deceased only get to rest when certain rituals have been put in place. And for as long as those spirits of those that have gone remain restless, then things will need to be done. And sometimes those spirits may cause certain things, or appear in certain ways, just agitate until those rituals are followed through, and so their spirit can rest. But that is where it comes from. And so it is used widely. If you're Tonga, and maybe even those who are not Tonga but have been exposed to the Tonga tribe, you will know that one for sure. Muzimori ambirira nguligwa, and that is from the southern part of Zambia. And the basic translation of that is the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime on this very special day, October 24th, Independence Day for Zambia. Happy 59th, Mother Zambia. Thank you so much. And to every Zambian in Zambia right now, to every Zambian out in the diaspora, wherever you are in the world, we're sending you extra hugs today. And I hope that you shine and really fly that flag high. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I'll be right back after this short break for our reading today of Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark. Get ready for this one, written by Mbonabi Thomas and illustrations by Cherise Harris. Coming up very shortly, and this one is set in Zambia, in the Luangwa Valley. That is the eastern part of Zambia. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Please get ready, get cozy, get comfortable as we're reading today Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark. I'll catch you on the other side of this short break when we're back for more story time.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Story Time with Mr. Lamada. Enjoy and God bless.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad we're here together. I hope that you're ready. Please go grab what you need as we're going to be getting started with our story for today. And of course, do check out Olaolu Ogunyemi's amazing books, Horace the Horsefly, Crow from the Shadow, and of course, Billy Dipper's Time to Shine. And we've covered them all here on Storytime. So if you missed them, please be sure to catch them. But for now, here we go. We're traveling all the way to the free land of Zambia, and today we're reading Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark. This one coming to us from Mbonabi Thomas, sending you love, Mbonabi, out there in Barbados. Yes, living in paradise. And this one is illustrated by Cherise Harris. Here we go. Abelo the Aardvark was always in a bad mood. Many things annoyed him. He didn't like waking up at sunset when the other animals went to sleep. He didn't like his long nose, his sticky tongue, his short legs, and his long paws. Why do I look so awkward, Mama? My nose is too long, my tongue is sticky. I wish I had a smaller nose, shorter ears, and a normal tongue, cried Abelo. Ah, Abelo, you're not awkward, Mama reassured him. You're an aardvark, and a handsome one too, kissing his angry face. You need your nose to find all those delicious bugs, like the termites and ants I bring to you every night, and believe me, it is much easier to catch them with a sticky tongue. Soon you will be out there catching them for yourself, she said. Before she could finish answering him, he was asking another question. Abelo. Yes, before she could finish answering him, he was already asking another question. Why do we have to get up when other animals go to sleep? I would like to be out there in the sun with the other animals, he cried. Abelo, our eyes are different. We can't withstand too much sun. We have special eyes that see much better in the night, Mama tried very hard to explain. Oh no, now I have eye problems too. I don't want to be an aardvark, pouted Abelo. Oh my. Mama knew that Abelo was no ordinary aardvark. He was smart. He wanted to know more, to do more, to see more. We go out after sunset because we are nocturnal animals. She was really trying her best to make Abelo understand. "What is Nokitino?" he asked. This made Abelo even angrier. He was not only awkward and allergic to the sun, but now he was Nakitino too, whatever that was. Oh my goodness. Nocturnal, said his mama, as she spelled out the word for him. Nocturnal. It means of the night. Our eyes can only see properly at night. There are other animals like us too, like Mr. Mundo, our neighbor. Mr. Mundo was an owl, but this didn't impress Abelo at all. He continued every night begging his mother to go out in the day and for the whole day. Was that going to happen? Well, we'll find out. Poor Abelo is only trying to learn so much more. Abelo lived in the Luangwa Valley, one of the most exciting places on planet Earth. He desperately wanted to explore the entire valley. Mama got so tired of Abelo's questions and angry attitude that she decided to ask Mr. Mundo the owl for advice. He was known among the nocturnal animals for his wisdom. Mr. Mundo scratched his bald head and fixed his glasses. Abelo is a very intelligent, curious, and unique aardvark. I think I can help you, Mama Aardvark. I will make you some special glasses to protect your eyes from the sun, and I will draw you a special map of the safe places to visit in the valley, and what diurnal animals to talk to and which ones to avoid. What does diurnal mean, Mr. Mundo? Asked Mama Aardvark. It simply means animals that are most active in the day, and the exact opposite to us. I will have everything ready for you in a few days, smiled Mr. Mundo. Thank you, Mr. Mundo, for your help, and you are a genius, Mama Aardvark beamed with joy. She wondered to herself where he got all his smarts from. He was surely the smartest and wisest animal she knew. Who's the wisest and smartest animal you know? A few days later, Abelo found a neatly packed parcel at the entrance of their barrow. What was it? Mama, Mama, shouted Abelo. What is this? It looks very strange, he asked with curiosity. Mama knew what it was. She carefully opened it and found a very descriptive, colorful map, a note, and two strange-looking objects, which she knew were the special glasses for their eyes. Mama read the note aloud. Dear Mama Aardvark, I have made the glasses for you and young Abelo. I have also drawn a map of the valley. Follow it carefully. Follow it carefully. Oh, remember to pack some food. Enjoy your day out of adventure, Abelo. From Mundo. Abelo going out on an adventure. Are you ready for this? Mama, does this mean we can go out in the day and for the whole day? Can we really? Can we go tomorrow? Wow, I can't believe this. Abelo was so excited. Yes, we can, said Mama. She smiled as she watched him jump up and down with excitement. She put the map in the basket of food she had already prepared for their special day out. Then she took the two strange-looking objects. Abelo, let us see how these things work. Mr. Mundo said we need them to protect our eyes. She carefully put them on his curious little face. Then she put hers on. Abelo giggled. Mama, you look funny. They both had a good laugh at each other. All right, Abelo, let us go back to sleep. We have a long day tomorrow, said Mama. For the first time ever, they would have to sleep in the night. Oh my. Abelo was up long before sunrise and ready to go on his outing. With his special glasses on, he watched in awe as the big yellow sun rose over the valley, ushering in the cheerful noises and beautiful colors of a new day. It was magical. Mama soon joined him with a basket, and off they went. Following Mr. Mundo's map, their first stop was by the hippopotamus stand along the lush green grass patches by the Luangwa River. It is one of Zambia's largest rivers too, I must say. Hello, excited. Mama whispered, "Let us stay behind those bushes or those shrubs and watch them swim. It is safer." Abelo wanted to run and swim with the amazing creatures, but he obeyed his mama and kept very quiet. "They are hippos," said Mama softly as she read from Mr. Mundo's map. Mama continued, "They are great swimmers and spend most of the day in the river. They only come on land to eat and sleep." Wow, those are the hippos right there. "And those monstrous looking creatures over there on the banks of the river are crocodiles. They are very dangerous. We should keep our distance." Abelo nodded quietly, but he was not afraid. "Can you see those huge and majestic animals?" asked Mama. "They are called elephants," Mr. Mundo said. And she was suddenly interrupted by something before she could finish reading. What was it? Who was there? So we have the crocodiles and we have the elephants. Majestic. Who is disturbing them? "Hello there. My name is Himondo." She giggled. Abelo and Mama jumped up in fear. Abelo ran and hid behind his mother. But Mama was soon relieved as she realized that he was only a harmless baby hippo. "Sorry I startled you. I didn't mean to. I just came to play. This is my special hiding spot," giggled Himondo. She had the most beautiful smile and such a happy voice that Abelo wanted to run off with her and play. "Can he come and play with me?" Himondo laughed. Himondo asked in the happiest voice Abelo had ever heard. Abelo looked at his mother for permission and noticed she also liked the happy hippo. "All right, but don't go too far. I will be right here watching you," said Mama. "Thanks, Mama. I love you. You're the best Mama ever." He hugged her. Mama smiled. She could hardly believe what she heard. Was this her Abelo? She beamed with joy and pride. "What is your name?" asked Himondo. "My name is Abelo," he said. "That's a beautiful name," she beamed. "Thanks," said Abelo with a smile. That was the first time that Abelo had ever smiled, and he felt a warm feeling in his little heart. So he smiled again and again. Himondo laughed some more. "What is that?" asked Abelo with excitement. "It's so beautiful. It is a butterfly." "What? Have you never ever seen a butterfly?" giggled Himondo. "No," Abelo shook his head shyly. "Ah, Himondo, what are those? Look at their stripes." "What are they?" he asked. "They are zebras." Or zebras, right? They are zebras. "Abelo, you have never seen zebras either?" "No," Abelo shook his head again. He kept asking her many questions, which she happily answered and giggled in between. Ah, so much to see. Abelo froze when he first saw a giraffe. He was sure it was the tallest, most majestic and elegant creature he had ever seen. By now, Abelo was so excited and so happy that he did a happy dance which made Himondo burst in laughter. Abelo had never felt this happy before. Himondo was having fun too. She had never met an animal like him before. Come to think of it, she actually had never seen one like him, ever. Abelo, where have you been? She asked with a sweet, innocent laugh. Underground in our barrow, answered Abelo, with his head down and his shoulders slumped as he suddenly remembered that he was still an aardvark. Why do you live underground? Continued Himondo, still ignoring his sad face. I am an aardvark. We're nocturnal animals, so we sleep during the day and come out in the night. That is when we can see properly, he answered quietly. That is super, Abelo. Is that why you have those things on your eyes? What are they? She asked with a lot of excitement. Yes, they are glasses. I have to wear them to protect my eyes from the sun. Mr. Mundo, my neighbor, made them for me and my mother, he answered, this time confidently. Is he an aardvark as well? She asked. Oh no, laughed Abelo. He is an owl, a bird of the night. He is a genius. Maybe he can also make you some cool sunglasses. Giggled Himondo. That would be awesome. Oh. Hey, Abelo, come race me to that tree over there and back. She challenged him, and off they went. They ran back and forth till they were exhausted. Let us sit down and watch the beautiful birds. They make very lovely sounds, suggested Himondo. Abelo agreed. He suddenly remembered how hungry he was, so he took out his little pouch of termites which Mama had packed for him. He opened the pouch, and the bugs quickly started to crawl out. He stuck his tongue into the pouch, and all the bugs got stuck on his long and sticky tongue. Ah! Exclaimed Himondo. That is amazing, Abelo. You're so clever. Is that how you catch your food? Yeah, that's how aardvarks get their food. Seeing how impressed she was, he boasted. We use our special feet to make holes in the termite mounds and then stick our tongues out to catch them. None ever get away. Wow, she exclaimed. That is impressive, Abelo. They spent the rest of the day talking and learning about each other's magical worlds. Both worlds were just as interesting and enchanting. Abelo no longer felt angry or awkward. He was now proud and happy to be an aardvark. Abelo, it's time to go home, shouted Mama. She also had quietly enjoyed her day out, but was now exhausted. Himondo was very sad to see her friend go. He was the most interesting animal she had ever seen or met. Look at them together. Isn't that amazing? Hey, Abelo, let's tie our tails in a friendship knot and do your happy dance, giggled Himondo. Now that is a sight to behold. An aardvark and a hippo doing a happy dance with their tails tied in a friendship knot? Huh? You would have to come to the magical Luangwa Valley to see this. Mama laughed and laughed as she watched the two dance happily together. She was so happy. Her little Abelo was no longer angry, but he was now an amazingly confident and happy aardvark, thanks to a very happy hippo and a very clever owl. And that is the end of our story. Well, we have one more bit, actually. Why am I forgetting this part? As they walked back home into the sunset, Abelo with the biggest smile, and Mama said, Mama, I am so happy that I am an aardvark. It's so cool being different. Mama said, you should always be happy being who you are and accept others as they are. Abelo nodded, excited to share his day with others and eager for his next adventure. The end. Now that is the end of the story. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful, beautiful book. Lovely story. And yes, one about self-discovery and appreciating who we are, right? Thank you so much for joining in here on Story Time. And one thing that I'm proud of is proud to have my roots in Zambia, to have my home back there. And to have my people back there too. Just sending you all love today on this special day. Happy Independence Day, Mother Zambia. Happy 59th. And we were reading today Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark, written by Mbonabi Thomas, illustrations by Cherise Harris. And Mbonabi Thomas has been here to Story Time, so you can check out that conversation here. And she is proud Zambian from the west of Zambia and living in Barbados right now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed this one. This has been our story for today, and I'll be right back after this short break. Thank you so much for being here with us, friends. Absolutely.
Hi, my name's Christine Mitchell-Adams. I'm a mama and an artist, and I believe that books are a great way for children to have access to the arts on an everyday basis, which is why I believe that programs like Storytime with Mr. Lamata are so important.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. And once again, it is a special day today, celebrating Zambia's 59th independence anniversary. Happy independence anniversary to every Zambian out there from Storytime here. We wish you all the joy. And yes, we know that, it's not a perfect country, but we try, and we're always doing lots and lots to just take care of each other. And that is why this week's Storytime is especially we're going to be looking at stories, that just highlight the Zambian spirit. And we're looking at a vibrant youth who are change makers, the wildlife that is home to thousands of species, including Africa's Big Five, some of which we read about in the book. The togetherness as represented by our motto, one Zambia, one nation. It doesn't matter if you're Tonga, it doesn't matter if you're Lozi, if you're Bemba, if you're Luvale, it doesn't matter who you are, what tribe you're from, we're all Zambians, and it is indeed one Zambia, one nation. And we have a strong family value, love of family, community, and a resilient people. We've overcome so much, and we continue to overcome. So please keep shining, keep flying that flag high. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and for everybody that is joining in too. I hope that we're sharing a slice of Zambia here with you, and like we do always on Storytime, whenever I come here, there is a part of me always that is sharing a part of Zambia. So I hope that we've been able to enjoy that. Thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for helping us celebrate today. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. One more time, let us see who is here with us enjoying that wonderful, wonderful story. Absolutely appreciate you. Ari wants to know how we should celebrate Zambia Independence Day. Ooh, that is a good one. And for the Zambians who are in the chat, please do share as well. But I would say we love to dance, we love to sing. So definitely when we are going out, one way to start is playing that song that we just played and say it. And one thing too, I would say is look up Zambia tourism videos, and I could send you some as well. Just something to watch and learn a little bit about Zambia. We have so many traditional ceremonies and so many things. And I think one way is to just learn something about the country of Zambia, whether it's reading from books, or indeed just the internet, but doing some research. I think that would be one way, just so we can learn and understand a little bit more about where this country is. And what's there? I could ask, how many neighbors does Zambia have? That's one thing to find out. What natural wonder of the world is found in Zambia? Yes, another thing to think about. So, Ari, just learn a little bit about Zambia and dance, sing, because that's what we do best. Thank you so much for that question. Absolutely appreciate you, Ari. Absolutely appreciate you, Kathy. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Heather Farah, good to see you here. Enid, how are you doing too? Thank you for being here on Storytime. And you say beautiful. Well, it is indeed a beautiful book indeed. Thank you so much to Mbonabi Thomas and Cherise Harris. Abelo the Adventurous Aardvark. We were out in the Luangwa Valley today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Nchimunyangandu, thank you so much for joining us. out in Lusaka, Zambia, sending love to you and the family. I hope that you enjoyed the story that we had for you today, and I hope that you're enjoying the independence celebrations out there in Lusaka today. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Pamela, Courtney, Chad, and of course Auntie Anne, thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day out there in Nakitosh, Louisiana, and you say Happy Independence Day. Well, it is Happy Independence Day to every Zambian indeed. 59th independence anniversary, 1964, Zambia got independence. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Good to see you here with us as well. April and Lindley, Jemison and Alicia still sleeping. Wow, we're sending you love, and we hope that when you're up awake, hopefully at some point, maybe you do jump on Storytime and get to enjoy this. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely love it. Pamela Courtney say, beautiful book with so many messages of embracing and acceptance. I absolutely love how Mbonabi structures her storytelling. And Harry, thank you for asking. And Harry, thank you for asking that great question, because you asked we will be on YouTube learning. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you indeed. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, that's what Storytime is all about, community. And Pamela Courtney, yes, like the book that we read, absolutely, the messages are in there, embracing and accepting everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely love it. And yeah, just emphasizing that too, you know, like I said before, Zambia is not perfect, but continues to strive for greatness. And I look forward to a day when every bit of human rights are respected, everyone is respected, to add checks and balances and to thrive. That's all that we need. Ask them to, we ask our government. And I rarely talk about, leaders and what they're doing. But I think President H.H. Hakainde Hichilema has been doing an amazing job and continue. I just hope that Zambia continues to have leaders like that are out to serve the people. And it has been a big and refreshing change for sure. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, to everybody that was joining in, this is special. Yes, happy Independence Day to all the Zambians, to everybody that is joining in. Please take a moment to learn a little bit about our country. And of course, here we go. That saying one more time before we go. This one is from the Tonga tribe of southern Zambia, and it is a proverb from there, and it says, "Muzimoria ambidila nguligwa." And the basic translation would be, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. But when we go into deeper meaning, this actually comes from, it is believed that the spirits of the deceased or those that have died remain restless unless we've done certain rituals to appease them and make sure that they are at rest. And that's when the only time that they will rest. So those things need to happen. But when that has not happened, those spirits can be agitated and can cause, fear in the community and so many other things. But until those rituals have been done, then those spirits can be laid to rest. And so that's where that comes from. But over time, it is used a little more loosely for just the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So there you go. Muzimolia ambirila nguligwa. And that is the tribe that my mom comes from as well. Our president in Zambia is called Hakainde Hichilema. He is also from the south, and then Vice President Mutale Nalumango, and coming from the north of the country. And you can just see that is the beauty of Zambia, is that our leadership, our families are all interconnected, made up of people from all parts of the country. And it is such a beautiful experience. And I just pray and hope that the country continues to be a beacon of peace, the place of joy, place of love and laughter, and everything good. So not taking it for granted, because we know how strife can happen in so many places. But Zambia, so proud and so lucky to be from there, because we have been a place that even when we have differences, we still do it peacefully. We still argue peacefully. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. Absolutely love it. Maybe a new favorite story in our house. Yes, that is what Storytime is about, right? Introducing these stories, bringing all these amazing things. Thank you to everybody that has been here today. We sign off with Keith Mulevu, and this one is called Uwuntungwa. Uwuntungwa is independence in a tribe called Bemba, or in a language called Bemba, which is spoken in the north of Zambia. Uwuntungwa, independence. We have our independence, and that is a song that is sending us away today. A special story time, a special song. Thank you for being here, friends. Thank you for allowing me to celebrate here with you. As you can just see, I am just overjoyed today. It is a proud day always, and yeah, looking forward to a wonderful day ahead, and I hope that you do have a wonderful day too. So here we go. And I just love the start of it too.
Uwuntungwa twalipoka mutalo tesu icha Zambia mamamume utrina Zambia wishitishe chalo gamono rani aisa no lukio wenge niko kola museme Mwene wachalo mama Uwuntungwa twalwa Zambia natusunge itwalo Jesu.
Thank you so much for being here, friends. Have a wonderful day. Happy Independence Day, Mr. Zambia. See you again tomorrow. But we're back with another story.
Kashimone uchenjele uliababa mwisa vale fayo kona ula ichalo Jesu mama alamune ukose fie chikyalwani uchalo Jesu Shua. Uwuntungwa twalipoka mutalo tesu icha Zambia mamba mume wina Zambia wishitishe chalo kamono rani aisa no lupio wingi wiko kona umusebe Mwene wachalo mama Uwuntungwa uwa Zambia natusunge ichalo Jesu webuteko wemwine wachalo kantunga washitishe chalo kefaisha bantu Kashimone uchenjele uliababa mwisa abale fwaya ukona ula ichalo Jesu mama alamune ukose fie chimflabanwani uchalo Jesu mama Uwuntungwa twalipoka mutalo Jesu icha Zambia mama Uwuntungwa Zambia